Hi everyone, this is Ed Berlinski again. I haven't been with you in quite some time, and again, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be back in front of the monitor. Today, I want to go through the highlights of explaining a 1031 exchange. A number of people that I've spoken to have told me, Ed, I'd like to make this transition from residential to commercial, and I know the commercial side gets involved in 1031 exchanges, and that's complicated, and there's dozens of rules, and I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if that's something I want to spend a whole lot of time learning about. And what I want to do tonight is just basically erase that false impression that you have. And what I'm going to try to do tonight is I'm going to try to explain 90% of 1031 exchanging and then tell you where you can learn the other 10%. Because of course I can't tell you everything in 2 minutes. But let's give it a shot. Check your watches. See if I can do it in 2 minutes. Ready, set, go. Person number A has a property. The property is worth $1 million. He bought that property 10 years ago for $500,000. Therefore, he has a profit of $500,000 if he sells it. He basically gives it to a broker, or he sells it himself, for $1 million. The proceeds of that sale do not go to him. The proceeds of that sale go to someone called an accommodator. An accommodator is a specialist who holds the funds until you make that next investment, and he goes through all the forms and knows all the details of everything about 1031 exchanging. After you sell your property for $1 million, you're given 45 days to identify that new property which you're going to buy. And you have to close on that new property that you buy within 180 days of the day that you closed on your first property for $1 million. And let's say our example is that Mr. X finds another property that he really likes. The purchase price is $1.5 million. He basically uses $1 million of the cash that he has with his accommodator, who contributes that $1 million to the new property acquisition. He takes back a note for $500,000. What has just happened is that that investor basically saved himself the capital gains that would be associated with that $500,000 profit. That's what exchanging is all about. I'm not sure what that is on your watches, but that's 90% of 1031 exchanging. Of course, there are a number of rules. Two things that I would say that I would just make comments on is that, remember this, you have to pick out that replacement property that you're going to invest in within 45 days from the time you close on your $1 million property. And therefore, it's very, very wise to start looking for that replacement property long before you actually sell that first property for $1 million, so that you'll be ready to go. Because if you miss that deadline, you miss the opportunity to defer your taxes. The other thing is this, and that is the accommodator that I mentioned is very, very crucial in this process. You have to know, he has to know what he's talking about. The organization has to be bona fide and had tons of experience. And the best entity that I know, basically, who can help you, who is very, very available for you, is an operation called Exeter Financial. And Exeter basically is located in San Diego. They're run by and owned by a gentleman by the name of Bill Exeter, as you would expect. And the telephone number, if you want to contact him, is 866-393-8370. And Bill and his wonderful group have all the answers to any question you may have with regards to 1031 exchanges. They have done thousands, I repeat, thousands of exchanges. So again, in summary, don't be intimidated by this 1031 talk. Don't let someone start giving you complicated terms that you don't quite understand. It's easy. Thousands of investors, in many cases who don't have a high school diploma, are basically entering into 1031 exchanges in order to save themselves hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you can do it, and you can attend our meetings that we have, and that leads me into just what I want to sign off with, and that is there are 3 big meetings coming up that you should try to attend if you can. The first meeting is the Society of Exchange Counselors, and if you are already an experienced commercial broker with a track record, you can basically Google the Society of Exchange Counselors, and their next meeting is coming up. I have here on March 19th to the 22nd in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There's still time basically to get to that meeting, or if you will, get approval to attend that meeting, which you must have, but you have to act quickly. The other group is the National Council of Exchangers, and as the name implies, it's a national group. They hold their meetings in Las Vegas. They have 4 meetings a year, and their next meeting is April 3rd to April 6th. And once again, I would advise you to simply Google the National Council of Exchangers website, and basically you can get the detailed information there. Also, before I end up here, I would just implore you all to share, if you will, this video with others if you feel it might be of help to them, or to retweet this if you happen to be watching this on Twitter. And that way it gets out to more and more people who can take advantage of these wonderful, wonderful meetings where there are just dozens and dozens of deals and opportunities, networking opportunities, educational opportunities that will allow you to learn more and more and more. And before you know it, you'll be a 1031 expert. Remember, you know 90% of it already. All you need is another 10. So again, with that, I'll sign off. And just throw in a reminder, please share this if you think someone else would be helped by it, or retweet it if you happen to be watching it on Twitter. Once again, I'm going to give you, before I sign off, that number of Bill Exeter and Exeter Exchanges. And that number is 866-393-8370. Thank you so much, and I hope to be speaking with you soon. I'd love to see you at our meetings. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.